Welcome back, YouTubers, to a very subdued British Fist night, because tonight we had Night of Champions, and we are the British Fist, of course.
Catching!
Me, Mr. Parkin, wearing my collar up for this video, and this guy sitting next to me. Wow, he's dressed in purple, it's NJ!
What's up?
What's up, NJ, and what's up to you guys out there? Make sure you guys subscribe up above, like this video, and comment down below.
And please contact us in the link in the description box below.
Indeed, do that. Now, shall we just get onto this pay-per-view, because there's a lot of things we want to talk about here, isn't there?
There's a lot of things we want to talk about, Dan.
Right, so we started off with the tag team match. Now, I didn't want to see this match open. I wanted to see one of the lesser-built feuds, i.e. the mid-card title feuds, open the show and get that out of the way. I wanted to see this in the middle of the card. Why did this open? You know, it's a waste of a good match in an opener, really.
Trying to think of a reason why they'd have this first match. I guess, I think it's just to get those wrestlers involved. And we've seen before that Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne are good at starting matches. So I guess starting this pay-per-view was normal for them.
Yeah, I mean, the match itself, I don't think was that bad. It was kind of what I expected. You have Air Boom coming out with matching pants, finally looking like a tag team and the Awesome Troop. The match went on for about 10 minutes. The match itself was very good. I did think the match was decent. Not quite as good as I expected, but the whole problem with this match came at the end, when the ref didn't allow the heels to tag in, and then you have a DQ finish when Miz and R-Truth beat on the ref, and it's like, yeah, I know that you're trying to continue this conspiracy theory, but I wanted to see the tag champs win clean so they could establish themselves as tag champs and maybe continue the feud.
The booking of this match was quite weird, because we had the faces tagging in themselves and the referee not seem to notice it.
That's a heel tactic right there. That's a fucking heel tactic.
And then it went on to the ref not allowing the heels to do it. And I just thought, obviously it's going to annoy Miz. Miz gets in the ref's face. Yeah. And again, it's a heel-like thing to do for the heel tag team. But the match itself ended in a way that
left a sour taste in your mouth.
Yeah, and also it didn't really do justice for either of the two tag teams.
At least I could say it continues the feud and gives it some sort of story with this whole conspiracy thing. At least it did that, that's what I will say. As an opening match, I thought it was decent, just the ending really, but there we go. At least it continues the story, that's all I'll say. Next, we have our Intercontinental Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase, a match which has been announced on the internet, and a match which has only really got one show's worth of build. I think that really hurt the match, in my opinion, because I thought the match itself was somewhat decent. I noticed how DiBiase didn't get that much reaction from the crowd, despite being the face in this match.
No, but I think the reason for that is basically because they moved Ted too quickly into this match. So the fans don't really get enough time to get to like Ted more than what they used.
Exactly, and this is why you build these kind of feuds over time, over a month or so. Why didn't you have someone like Justin Gabriel going for this title in a feud, and then maybe build up a Ted DiBiase, Cody Rhodes feud going into like a Vengeance or a Survivor Series? This really didn't help the match, did it? The fact that it didn't get too much build, and you could really see in this match, they put on a decent match, don't get me wrong, they have great chemistry, it lasted 10 minutes. All I'll say is, though, at least the right guy won in Cody Rhodes. It's just, I didn't like the finish, even though it kind of links in with a little bit of story, I guess.
Well, I will say this, you had both of them, you had obviously Cody looking the dominant one throughout the match, but Cody did allow Ted to have his chance to start to build in the WWE once again, so I give it that. And the winner, obviously, the whole removing the mask thing, Cody's just removed the mask, I should say. So for Ted to actually remove it, again, I was thinking, oh, good, the match is going to continue better without a mask, but then it just quickly finished.
It was just cheap victory, wasn't it? I guess at least Cody Rhodes keeps the championship, and I guess that is what we wanted to see. So decent match, I guess. Could have done with way more build, though. That was a big weakness here. Next up, we had a fucking segment. We had promo. We had Christian coming out in a promo segment during a pay-per-view. Come on, why did we get a promo segment during the pay-per-view? Shouldn't they be using this? Shouldn't they be using their TV time to hype up matches like between Christian and Sheamus, or at least have the fucking, at least have that feud on the pay-per-view, build it to that? I don't know. Why was this promo even there?
Again, Christian does this whole one match, and the thing is, the crowd actually chanted with it, and I just thought, one minute he's the heel that you think he's finished with the Orton rivalry, so that should be finished. And then Sheamus comes out, great, he saved it, but then he joined the whole one more match.
He gives him a bro kick, and it's like, well, what was the point in this promo? It's like, you end it like that, and it's just like, I know it's done a little bit for the Sheamus Christian feud, but what has it really done? Why was this on a pay-per-view and not on like a SmackDown? It's a SmackDown promo on a pay-per-view, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking what would have been good for me. This is just what I think. They did have that promo. When Sheamus comes out, he said, I've been speaking to Theodore along, and we've got a match later tonight.
Yeah, maybe.
And they could have had a match, and
That would have made the promo at least useful. I did feel in this first half of the pay-per-view there was a lot of filler, wasn't there? There was a lot of filler stuff between matches, and it kind of ruined the flow of the show, in my opinion. And the card structure for it was fucking horrible here. I hated the card structure of this pay-per-view, because next we had the US Championship match, which I really feel should have opened the show. Don't you?
The US one, I did predict at the beginning that dish with the opener, just because it was kind of thrown in together, just not a nice flowing match.
Dolph Ziggler versus Jack Swagger versus Alex Riley versus John Morrison. And what more can we really say here? Morrison got the cheap pin on John Morrison. The right guy pinned the right guy, I guess. You have Dolph Ziggler keeping the championship on John Morrison, who really doesn't have anything to do with this feud.
Well, the way I see it, the way I planned this match before the match begun, right, we had Ziggler and Swagger in a feud, so they're sorted to a side. A-Rai is the growing superstar, so he needs to be the one who's looking strong and all that.
Yeah.
And Morrison, I think, as I said, he was just thrown in there to get pinned. And obviously, because he's been Mr. Buried Alive, as we've been calling him for a while now. So for him to get buried in this match, even if it was a championship match, I don't really care. Yeah. It was good that he's the one who got pinned.
At least Dolph Ziggler retains, and he's having like a somewhat long title run, even if it doesn't really have that much meaning. The match lasted 8 minutes. Daniel Bryan and John Morrison should really have a match at Hell in a Cell in a Buried Alive match, shouldn't they?
They should. It would work out perfect for them because, again, Daniel Bryan, he's not even featured tonight, so it doesn't matter. And Morrison's featured more than Daniel Bryan. And John Morrison, that he just deserves all he gets now.
Yeah. Next we have a match which I was quite looking forward to just because it was Mark Henry. We had Randy Orton versus Mark Henry in the World Heavyweight Championship match, and this is how you book Randy Orton as a babyface going into a feud. I actually felt like he had to overcome an obstacle, which is more than I can say for most of his matches, which is why I was looking forward to this match and why I thought this match was quite good, just because of the build they gave it. Do you know what I mean?
They had a while of building Mark Henry to be this huge monster, and Orton, as you've seen in a period of time, he's been built up to this monster babyface. So you had the heel monster versus the monster babyface, and it was quite nice done.
Yeah,
I think they both got into this match. This match could have gone either way.
You know, it wasn't the best of matches, but the way this match was good was the way they booked Orton in it, and they booked Orton right as a babyface, and the way they made Mark Henry win it by being dominant was just brilliant, and I really enjoyed seeing it, just because that is how a guy like Mark Henry should be booked against a guy like Orton, and now I actually feel, even if Orton wins the match further down the line, I really won't mind, because I know that Orton now has to overclimb an obstacle, which is what a babyface needs to do in these feuds to draw money, isn't it?
That is very true, and I'm going to say the match, it showed the strength of Mark Henry. Orton didn't really get much of a chance in this match, which was awesome. You get to see the monster dominating Randy Orton, and we cannot halt that, because now, after this pay-per-view, Mark Henry is still this monster heel.
So Mark Henry is your new World Heavyweight Champion, and how fucking pleased were we about that, NJ?
It was awesome because obviously, one, it was kind of unexpected because you don't really pitch Orton to lose. So Mark Henry to do exactly what he said he was going to do over these last weeks, it was just pure awesome. Mark Henry is now our strongest World Heavyweight Champion.
And this is an example of where all that build actually goes to something. And now I do feel WWE will make give Sheamus and Henry a feud going into some Survivor Series or something, and have Sheamus win the title that way. And I think it will be well done, especially now Sheamus is a babyface. That's where I think they're going with this.
Well, I've always said Mark Henry now needs his short run because all that build up and the whole 15 years of not getting anywhere, he's got somewhere now. So well done, Mark Henry.
Yeah, definitely. Well done from the British Fist. Or either way. Right. The next match we get is our Divas title match. Being this high on the card, I don't know, but we have Beth Phoenix versus Kelly Kelly in a Divas Championship match. Beth Phoenix got a hell of a pop from the crowd, and that really gave me the indication that she was going to win this.
Come on, crowd, come on.
Yeah, but she didn't. Kelly Kelly won. Why did Kelly Kelly win this match when clearly this was designed for Beth Phoenix to win in her hometown?
Beth Phoenix had that match at SummerSlam. What a great match they put on there. I thought, good, okay, she's got another match coming up. Good.
She needed to win.
And then she needed to win this one. This is the one that was actually going to crown her as the dominant diva. And sadly, she looked dominant, I give her that. Yeah. But the win just ruined it all.
Roll up by Kelly Kelly. And it's just like, really, come on. The fans didn't like it. We didn't like it. And I'm sure a lot of people out there in the YWC didn't like it. Shall we just move on to the... Oh, my... I don't even want to move on to the next match.
But what we'll say is, from this point, my feelings of the pay-per-view went from here... down
Well,
here.
mine went from more like there, but whatever. The next match we have, and I think this is just stupid, John Cena versus Alberto Del Rio for the WWE Championship. Now, this match didn't get too much build. We had a long video package, and the pre-match made this almost feel like a main event. You know, the match I didn't think was that bad.
The start of it was a bit weird because Del Rio kind of angry. I thought, okay, we're going to have more of a working Del Rio in this match. Then John Cena comes out and really joke things.
Of course.
Yeah. And the match itself, like Dan was going to say,
Del Rio was booked a lot stronger than I expected, and in that case, I thought he might win this. But then I kind of realised that Del Rio being booked so strong means that it's designed for John Cena to win as the babyface. And it happened. And that really ruined the match for me. Are you alright, MJ? Are you alright? Do you need me to call 999? Do you need me to call 999? Do you need me to call a psychiatrist?
WWE, what the hell are you thinking? John Cena's the champ. 1 month title reign? 1 month title reign? What the hell does that do for flipping Del Rio?
Exactly. And you just built this guy up. You've just had CM Punk return too early and to have Del Rio cash in Money in the Bank, only to return to the same old bullshit, which is John Cena winning the fucking WWE Championship, and this ruins the fucking match. This really leaves a fucking sour taste in your mouth when John Cena wins the title for what, the 11th time? And it's just like, really? You've just taken a guy like Del Rio and you've just buried him and you just made him tap out clean to John fucking Cena. And it's bullshit.
We had one bigger centre where I thought, well, this is a chance for Del Rio to prove himself as a strong champion, and instead of giving us that, you made John Cena the champ. So I'm really disappointed in you, WWE. Why the hell have you made the freaking John Cena hero the champ again?
It wasn't a bad match. It was just the ending really pisses us off as fans because we want to see something new in the main event scene. And we're getting the same old shit each and every fucking time. John Cena is the champion and Del Rio gets a 1 month title reign. Way to establish this guy as a main eventer, WWE.
There is one hope that Del Rio's going to get his rematch and somehow they could do it.
That ain't happening, brother. That ain't happening. Oh. Then we get to the main event. The main event is Triple H. What?
John.
Oh, I know, NJ, but calm down because we get to the main event. Your guy wins this match. We had Triple H versus CM Punk in our main event in a no DQ match where if Triple H loses, he resigns as the COO. And this needed to be the main event due to the lack of build we really got for the Cena Del Rio match. And I'm glad this was the main event. It was built as the main event. It really needed to be the main event as it was the main event draw. So for that, I commend WWE. The match itself, though, I didn't think was as good as I expected, especially because of the overbooking at the end.
Okay. They had a good match to begin with when they had them going into the audience and attacking each other. Built up a big thought all this match is going good. They're actually making use of this whole no DQ thing. They're actually making it work. And I thought, good, this match could get better from here.
Are you calm now?
For now, but
because you're tensing up a little bit, that's all.
But it's going to get worse because it started off good. You thought
it was okay.
They made a good use of no DQ. Then it went on, and then obviously the first big surprise of this was Awesome Truth.
That really, when they come out, I didn't mind it, but it really made the match fall flat, didn't it? It's just like, you just built up this match between Triple H and CM Punk, and these two interfere, and as much as I don't mind the interference, because it does have something to do with it, it really made the match fall flat, didn't it? And it didn't help either. John Laurinaitis overbooking, Kevin Nash over-fucking booking, ruined the fucking match for me, it really did.
It did, but I will say we get to see a sledgehammer shot. It looked like to the head, so I guess the WWE looking past that rule now. And basically, Nash went down and it got into the ring. I really thought Punk was going to somehow manage to get out of this, but Triple H wins with the pedigree, so that's one good news for me after that stupid John Cena fucking win!
John Laurinaitis. Why is John Laurinaitis getting involved here? I'm guessing there's going to be some sort of power struggle thing between John Laurinaitis and Triple H now. I don't know. This is a really badly overbooked main event. It could have been done so much better, and the match itself didn't even really impress me as much as I thought it would, especially between Triple H and Punk.
Night Champion's biggest match on the card was this match, and sadly, for a match that was built up so greatly, it did get full with things that weren't needed, and it didn't really give the feeling that Triple H and Punk could have actually given in a match together.
Exactly, yes. It got 24 minutes, which is a good amount of time, but the ending really fucks it up for us, really. And the match itself wasn't even that good, as good as I expected anyway from these two. You know, and it just really goes to show, why was all this done? Well, why was all this national interference, all this Laurinaitis videos done? It was just done for Triple H to win. It's like, why? I just didn't understand why couldn't you make Triple H win straight up? I just don't get it. Do you want to go on a bit more? Do you want to give your overall thoughts?
All I'll say is that Triple H is the COO, so that could continue the whole Triple H and Punk thing. But now it looks like Nash is actually back now, and somehow he's going to get a contract again after he was fired. And it's going to come to maybe a triple threat or Punk and Nash thing.
One question here. Who was the heel in this match? At times I was thinking it was Punk, at times I was thinking it was Triple H. I didn't know who the heel was. And that's kind of what you need in these big main event matches. You need to establish a fucking heel. I'm just saying.
Well, with Laurinaitis getting involved, it looks like them two are the faces and Laurinaitis' side is the heel side of this.
Who fucking knows? Shall we, what are your overall thoughts on this show, MJ? I think I kind of know what you're going to say. So.
Okay, from the... even though it had a bad opener for me, not the best opener for me, I was accepting the first 3 matches, and then it got to the Divas match, and from there, for me, it just went downhill fast.
It did.
And I'm really thinking SmackDown could have done better with their non-main title show match, like maybe the
Sheamus
Ted Cody and Sheamus and that. But overall, it's about Night of Champions. Yeah, we've had title changes, which is good for the pay-per-view, but again, in my eyes, we've had wrong winners for the wrong matches.
Definitely. If you want my opinion on this, it was looking like a decent show until, they had Randy Orton and Mark Henry in the middle of the card. They had Mark Henry win the title, which was good. John Cena wins the fucking title, which means they're just going back to the same old bullshit. And the main event was overbooked by shit. And it really leaves you with a sour taste in your mouth at the end of the fucking night. Although I thought the pay-per-view today was somewhat decent, maybe a C+, possibly. The results of the last 2 matches really downgraded the show to me, and I'm giving this a C-, maybe a D+. I don't know. It seems like the WWE resorting to the same old fucking shit again. And even though we have something which we like, which is Mark Henry winning, we don't see Beth Phoenix win. We see John Cena win again, and we see Triple H win, and it's just like, what? I just really don't get what WWE are trying to accomplish here.
I'm going to give this a C, based because it has got us wondering what's going to happen on Raw and what they're going to do.
Triple H won.
Well, no, it gave us these winners for these matches. Yeah. It gave us wanted to see Raw, and also it's got 2 weeks to build for the next pay-per-view. So I'm thinking, with the result of this pay-per-view, they've left us with a chance of rematches to happen at Night of Champions. So I guess, I guess it's done some kind of justice for the next pay-per-view in 2 weeks.
Okay, then you've heard the opinions of Mr. NJ.
What's up?
And me, Mr. Parkin. Make sure you get your comments in that comment section below what you thought of the show.
And I'm just going to wrap it up here because I'm going to say, fuck Cena, and this has been it for the British Fist. And goodbye.